Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash, double honors to the apostles, the elders of GreatMillStone that will impeccably well. Shalom to the Akim that's pushing his truth and sincerity across the four winds. Right, I just want to get into a quick video. As you can see on this article here from Voice of America, you will say New Orleans publicly unveiling slave market tour app. Now, what this is, previously I'd done a video regarding New Orleans and basically, uncovering certain truths and responsibility that they had, involved in the transatlantic slave trade. They were going into certain things that happened and, basically issuing a formal apology for the acts of slavery. Now, the current update is that they've now released an app that I believe is now available on the Android store, Play Store, and the Apple iOS store, which I've also downloaded, which I'm going to get into in a moment. Now, it reads here in the article, the city of New Orleans has unveiled a smartphone app tour of sites involved in the slave trade during the 18th and the 19th centuries, including the pre-Civil War years during which the city was the nation's largest slave market. Right, so New Orleans was one of the largest slave markets in the Americas concerning the transatlantic slave trade, and that great shame is covering them. The so-called white man, that great shame is covering them, man. Because, as you notice, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai don't make these things rest. They keep coming to the light. They keep getting exposed. You keep hearing of, these articles and these documentaries and TV programs regarding the transatlantic slave trade and regarding, the death and the torture and the ill treatment that suffered, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans that were enslaved under the so-called white man who was the devil according to the Bible. All right, we keep hearing these things. They keep, coming to the surface, man. The Lord ain't letting them, be planted anymore. Now it says here, the project officially launched on Thursday is affiliated with the New Orleans Tricentennial celebrations. It comes as cities around the country are shining an unblinking light on slavery. Yep, shining an unblinking light on slavery. That's exactly, what I was just saying. It's an unblinking light. The spotlight is always on this slavery. It's always on, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans and what you've gone through in the history of the Americas and, throughout the four corners of the earth where you were scattered, man. And racial violence through such projects as a slavery museum outside New Orleans, an Alabama memorial to victims of lynchings, and the preservation of slave cemeteries, man. All right, now here's the app. Here's the app that you can download. It's called the NOLA Slave Trade. Here it is, New Orleans Slave Trade. As you can see the picture here, you got the so-called white man in the middle on the block doing what they used to do. Now, the so-called white man is still glorifying this, man. You can tell by the way it's presented onto you. The way he's presented it is not a thing of remorse, right? He still is in the power seat. He's still fully in control. And it just shows you that this man is a devil. Now, you go on the app, you got this whole map that shows you how things were situated. You can play the audio here, which gives you a brief introduction. And, pretty much, I advise that, brothers download the app, take a, quick tour around it. And, you never know, there might be some edifying pieces of information, man. But I've just, in the spirit, just jumped on the app. And I'm going to look through it, man. But you know, that's what's happening, man. You know, this thing of slavery is never rested, and you know that's a good thing, man, because you know we want to keep this information out there and accessible for the hopeful elect out there, man, to stimulate their mind and to get them thinking and to reveal, most importantly, you know, the so-called white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. You know, now just get into a few scriptures. I'm gonna close out. This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. You know, back to the basics, man. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, man. And that's what you see here in the actual picture here on the website, is us being sold unto our enemies for bondmen and for bondwomen. You see the man here on the left and the woman here on the right, man, being sold on the auctioning block, man, because that's how they used to do it. Now that was prophecy being fulfilled at that time, man, you know. And, you know, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true, you know, biblical Israelites that the Bible speak of. And when it's talking about being sold into Egypt again, there is no record of the Israelites being sold into the land of Egypt a second time, because it didn't happen. This is talking about a spiritual Egypt. This is talking about America, man, the land of the north. All right. Now this is Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 10. It says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever, man. So now what you're seeing is a player of this shame that the so-called white man has for the atrocities and you know the dealings that he's done upon you, man. You know, talking to you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The shame has covered him. As it also says in Psalm 73, violence cover him as a garment, man. Right? That's all they're about. They're about violence, murder, man. You know, that's the so-called white man's M.O. Right? That's what he's known. John 10 is 10. The thief cometh not but to steal and to kill. You know, so, you know, that was just a quick update video, you know, concerning, you know, the New Orleans slave trade, man. And, you know, they're starting to put information out there and, you know, basically making it plain for everyone to see, you know, what kind of dealings they had in the slave trade. Obviously, they ain't putting everything out there, but, you know, the information is still there to be seen, man, you know. So, you know, Lord willing, this video was edifying, and with that, I'll say shalom.